Well, 2016 has been a pretty flat year for the valve industry. In fact, the American valve makers are projecting zero growth this year. So in 2017, I think everybody will be ready to look at new products and new technologies. And so when we have the Industrial Valve Summit in 2017, everybody will want to exchange information, and so I think there will be a revitalization, if you will, and the summit will be a very good way to exchange information, a very efficient way to exchange information and to network.
Okay.
That's a good question. Well, I think there have been a lot of technological developments particularly in valve actuators. But, you know, I think that's reached a sort of plateau. And CPLloyd Consultants did a survey this year with our end user base. And we found that a lot of those end users were not using the technology to the fullest extent. So I think there is an opportunity there to improve the human-machine interface between the operators in the power plants and the water treatment plants and oil refineries and the equipment that they're using. Well, apart from the normal political and economic threats, we always have the threat of counterfeit products from China, or I should say from Far Eastern countries, not being too specific, because it's not just China. And that's always going to be with us. In terms of opportunities, there are quite a few, and first of all I mentioned the improvement in utilizing technology from a user base. Also, I think there's going to be a continuation of the trend to automate valves in the plant in proportion to the manual valves. So I think we'll continue to see an increase in automated valves versus the total number of valves on the plant. And then another area that is quite interesting is in process control. And I think that the balance between pneumatics and electrics in process control is going to be slightly redressed. Don't know how much, but the prevailing technology is pneumatic in terms of power, and I see that may be usurped slightly by the electric technology that's coming into the marketplace. Well, training is really important. There's a lot of demand for training, and this has been growing in recent years. And before we had organizations like IVS, most of the training came from manufacturers themselves, and so was naturally biased towards those particular manufacturers. So broad-based training really has to come from an independent source like IVS or similar body. This demand for training is one of the reasons why I wrote my book on valve actuators, and that also is a neutral source of information. So I think this is going to be an increasing demand as we move forward.